capital too got a terror reminder just a day before Diwali 2 years ago. The perpetrators targeting the crowded markets of Delhi. Many proposals were made in the wake of those blasts. So is Delhi any safer 2 years on? Rahil Khurshid does a reality check.
This is the Sarojini Nagar market of the capital. When terror came calling in 2005 on that fateful Diwali evening, this was one of the targets.
पैसों के लालच में या जिस भी कारण से ये आतंकवादी अपना कर रहे हैं, उनको क्या बेनिफिट मिलता है मैं नहीं जानता, लेकिन हम एक बात जानते हैं कि इंसानियत जो है उस दर्द को महसूस करके रोने के सिवा और कुछ नहीं कर सकती.
For the blast, the security measures that were announced, including beefing up security and installation of metal detectors at key points. This one here doesn't work. After the blast, the Delhi police announced the installation of CCTV cameras across the state on sensitive locations. 2 years into the tragedy, and not in a single camera is functional at this point in time in Sarojini Nagar.
ये पब्लिक की सुरक्षा का सवाल है, यहाँ देरी नहीं होनी चाहिए, जल्दी से जल्दी कैमरे लगने चाहिए.
This is Sham Juice Center, the exact shop where the blast took place on October 29, 2005. And given the security measures, or just the pure lack of them, it might not be difficult for a repeat to happen here.
In New Delhi, this is Rahil Khurshid.
The fact remains that increased security also means increased cooperation from the people. Are we then in our cities learning to live with the changed reality? Prachi Jatania now joins us from a busy marketplace in Hyderabad. Prachi, have the people in the city come to terms with this new reality that one must live amidst terror in our day-to-day lives? And how well are they seen to be complying with it in the changed security scenario?
Well, Priyanjana, the enormity and the intensity of the tragedy of the twin blasts is just only slowly sinking in. There was a bandh called on Monday by political parties and there were very few people on the streets, but people are back to their offices today. Let's just ask here, we are at Prasad's, a popular mall and theatre. We have somebody from the management, the general manager, Mr. Shrikant. Tell us, are people cooperating in terms of the increased security measures that are put of risking, of metal detectors? What is the reaction and response you're getting from the normal theatre goers?
It's very unfortunate that we've had this bomb blast in Hyderabad. But then people are slowly coming out of their houses. They've started to realize that this is a part of life. And there are definitely a sect of people who are sitting at home and then who feel that maybe they're not secured outside the world. And then there are people out here who are coming and who've started to come, today being Iraqi. Though we are seeing less crowds, but then we are definitely seeing better crowds than the last 2 days.
Are they complying with security measures, with metal detectors?
Yes. In fact, it's very heartening to see that people are coming forward. They are surrendering themselves and say, okay, come on, please check. I mean, I think it's a very good thing that people have started to understand the importance of security, and that's where I think we are also very happy providing security to people. So Prasad's IMAX has always been there with people, providing the best of the security. Today we are allowing people only through a DFMD, which has been put at the main entry gate, and people are being checked. People are being, no baggage is being carried inside the complex.
So clearly damage control measures, not just by people at public places, authorities also are ensuring that measures are more stringent, checks are there at public places. Priyanjana?
Thanks very much, Prachi. Yes, it will take some time to this new reality to sink in, but it's heartening to know that people there are complying with the security measures. Thanks very much for getting us that input from Hyderabad. Thank you, Prachi. It's over to Smita now.
Right, thanks Priya. Let's also get a view from the other side of the divide, a cop really who's living with new age terror, the changed reality, Mr. Dipendra Pathak, spokesperson for the Delhi police. Mr. Pathak, just a quick example here. At the Churchgate station following the serial blasts on the local trains in Mumbai, a metal detector was installed there. There was a virtual stampede on day one. And they had to do away with those metal detectors because really not many people were willing to delay going to their office because of having to go through that narrow one metal detector put at the entry and exit gates. Do you really face this crisis that the public, the local people really not very willing, not very cooperative with the police?
You see, it is a total issue of education and awareness. So certainly at times we have to goad people, we have to tell them that this is important, and above all people's support in finding anything odd and particularly containing this kind of terrorism is certainly very important.
Right. Mr. Pathak, I'll ask my producer to pull those figures up for us. The police-to-people ratio really dismal across the country, especially so in our metros. Is the crunch of manpower really a huge, huge issue, something that the Delhi police is grappling with as well?
You see, that has certainly a scope of improvement is there everywhere, but use of technology which causes a kind of multiplier effect, that in Delhi we are using. So like in present situation, like in all major markets of the Delhi, there are various adequate measures are there, but certainly like even putting plain clothes spotters over there, the CCTV, some kind of machan has been put at various places, and best possible access control is being maintained. So, and above all, the checking the police presence, the patrolling of policemen, the PCR van,
right,
and so many other measures are there. And most of the measures in Delhi are institutionalized, but on certain occasions, like whenever there is either intelligence
right,
input or there is a high alert, we put extra efforts.
Okay, Mr. Pathak, there's this new word that's really there in the terror dictionary now, something called sleeper cells. And most experts that deal with terror really say that unless there is some sort of local support or sympathy for these sleeper modules, then these sleeper modules really cannot be successful in carrying out these blasts or other terror attacks. In that sense, Mr. Pathak, do you get some support from the people? Do you have people calling you up, suspicious-looking people, new tenants come in a locality? Or is the overcrowded, bustling metro really providing anonymity to terrorists?
You see, countering anonymity in a metropolitan situation like Delhi is certainly the biggest challenge for police. And Delhi police, since last decades, I will say, that the community policing only to counter this kind of anonymity is in vogue, and Delhi police has been making effort. The entire effort is talking to the resident welfare associations and the citizens at large and telling them, making them believe and understand that the moment they find anything odd, either in the form of some person or some kind of movement or some kind of situation, right, some kind of object, they need to inform the police. So this kind of education awareness, a kind of campaign is certainly on, and I must say the people's response in Delhi has certainly improved.
It's definitely heartening to hear that. Mr. Dipendra Pathak, thanks very much, sir, for speaking to us here on India 360 as we look at how our cities really are coping with this new age terror. It's time for a quick break here on India 360. When we return, we'll travel to Mumbai. Hindol will take us through the lessons learned or forgotten, as the case may be, from the serial blasts in Mumbai.